Welcome to the City of Newcastle Board of Aviation Commission meeting, July 14th, 2025. Roll call. Don Cummings.
Present.
Tom Green.
Here.
Paul Jansen.
Here.
Corey Murphy's present. Keith Pritchett.
Here.
And then we have Nikki Abney, our CHA representative, and then Mayor Greg York. All right, we have all 5 board members here. John Marlatt gave me a phone call. He's not feeling well, so he won't be at tonight's board meeting. You've got 2 meeting minutes for your consideration. They're on the back. At least one set is on the back of the agenda. It's April 25th and May 28th. I'll entertain one motion for both unless you have corrections.
Make a motion to accept the April and May meetings as presented.
I'll second.
Got a motion from Tom and a second from Don. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. I'm going to pause for just a second and see if we're broadcasting.
So you're not on here? When you say pause,
Hopefully.
we're not.
No, we are still broadcasting. We're live. I'm going to see if it's working.
We're live taking a break.
If it doesn't, as long as you made the effort,
Is
that counts.
somebody at the state monitoring?
No.
No.
Okay.
Monitoring.
Here it is. We're good.
If anybody wanted to know, they could, this is state statute across the state. Every municipal or county meeting
Yeah.
has to be live streamed. City building, I think we keep it in a cloud for a month or so,
Yep.
something to that effect, and then starts all over again. But this is just, if any general public wants to know information and can't come to meeting, this is their opportunity to.
So they're cleared, they just, like a security camera, clear out after so many days or something.
I can take it that way, yeah. Just goes stored in a cloud for X amount.
We actually have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So that's our broadcast platform. So someone can watch it live or it'll be
It's not a podcast.
it'll be archived. So it's video and audio.
So it's archived, so you can punch up this meeting 3 years from now.
Yes. All right. Minutes were approved 5-0. We've got invoices there for approval or ratification. Sky Castle May mowing at $18.57. That's $1,857. We've got Sky Castle June mowing, $1,897.79. We've got an invoice payable to the RDC for $2,000. That's a contribution towards the video streaming equipment. And then item D there is a reimbursement to my organization. We paid Eastern Engineering for bidding services for the restripe project. Are there any questions regarding these invoices?
Video streaming is our share of the
Yes.
total cost.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the invoices to be paid,
Now,
or
second.
ratification of those that have been paid.
All right, I got a motion from Paul and a second from Keith. Any further discussion?
Are they done with the restriping?
We,
I mean, did you let it?
no, we've got pricing that we're gonna look at tonight.
Oh,
Any other questions on the invoices? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I'll abstain because my organization there is getting reimbursed. So motion carries 4-0-1. All right, item 4 on the agenda is a fund report. You received that via email. It looks like this. this. And then I handed out a document. You did not receive the document that I handed out because I didn't finish it until about a half hour ago. It looks like this. So what I've done is I took the fund balance in the aviation fund as of July 9th, and then I projected out 12 months of operating expenses. Not a calendar year, just 12 months, right? So I'm not operating on January to December. I'm operating on May to May or June to June. And so I may be a little high on some of these expenses, but I figured it better be high than low. Does everybody have a copy of this? Mayor, you want one?
Just a question, Corey, is the balance at the end of this supposed to be the same one? There's just maybe a transposition error. I'm looking at the balance on this sheet.
Yeah.
Is that the starting point on this?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, got a transposition.
Oh, do I have the wrong number?
Not by much.
Oh, yeah, by like $100.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so that starting balance should be 210,347. My dyslexia kicked in, and so it's 210,437. This liability insurance is based on our current holdings at the airport. It does not reflect any acquisitions. So that's basically last year's premium plus 3 or 4% inflation. But I have no idea what our insurance will be once we acquire the rest of those buildings out there. And then capital projects, septic system, that allows for a little bit of engineering there. For our vendor to get his state-approved plans. And then the land acquisition match, I've identified those. And then the design taxiway match. And then our professional fees. And my math here assumes that we would like pay out all of this before May of next year. That's probably not true, although the land acquisition could come fast, right? The land acquisition could come this fall,
Yes.
depending on when we get the grants.
Anytime between realistically July to September.
So those numbers, you know, when they send us a grant agreement, we'll want to close on the property pretty soon, and that money will be needed. So I really put this together because it will influence the restriping. So we went out to bid for restriping, and so you've got 4 phases on this restripe, or 4 alternatives. I'm using phase and alternative interchangeably. Phase 1 is the restripe on the main runway, runway 1028. Phase 2 is the restripe pavements on the apron. Phase 3 are restripe pavements on taxiway A. And then phase 4 is the install of the aircraft tie-down anchors on the apron. The first column is the engineer's opinion for cost. And then we have 3 bidders: accurate striping, highlight, and A&A safety.
Who did we use before?
I don't know who did the,
You remember?
I don't-
Striping?
It was-
Mara hired some company, remember they had?
I'm not so sure it wasn't accurate.
No, it was because they had to come back, remember they had the right glass beads in it?
Yeah.
They had the power.
So I guess accurate.
lines and all.
Good on it.
I
John,
wanna say Dura,
Was the guys out of Connersville?
no, these guys are Fort Wayne, I thought. They were for the Mara. Remember they put something down wrong and had to redo it, the glass bead, or the reflective, and it wasn't right. They had to power wash it off and then, or blast it off, however they got it off and redo it. I can't remember who that was. It doesn't seem to be one of those, that doesn't mean it couldn't be.
Well, they all have.
Dumb question, it does
Looks
meet all the FAA requirements on the paint and that reflective stuff.
CHA created a spec sheet,
There you go.
and so it should have been bid to that.
And it's in the line.
It's a what?
It's here, reflective media.
Yeah, well, there was a question, they went on one standard and it wasn't the right standard and they had to peel it off and it was quite interesting, but.
we have any matching funds on this, or
No.
this is all
It's
ours?
all ours.
Okay, so,
I mean, I understand the runway 1028 needs it. That be fair?
Yeah, and it's the most important thing.
Yeah. Yeah, if anything gets done, that needs to be it.
Yeah.
All right, so I would recommend that, well, Nikki, are there any, am I safe to take this amount for phase one of AA safety, 40,755? There's no add-ons?
When you say add-ons.
Well, I'm looking at the notes in the bottom left
Oh,
corner of your document.
so I'd have to look at exactly what they said in their report. But really all those notes were just saying that, for instance, Accurate, they had added an additional line item for mobilization and demobilization, which wasn't listed for the others. I think that cost may be encompassed already within their
Okay.
line items, and then Highlight added an additional line item specifically for just paint removal, which was in phase 2.
Okay.
I did not have any specific notes from A&A Safety that I grabbed,
Okay.
but there may be something specifically in the bid, but there was nothing from the additional line items perspective.
I don't have that
I
copy
can-
in front of me, but we had some quarter-sized cracks. Does that include not only the
No, this
striping?
is just
the
restriping.
stripes?
Yeah, we were gonna bring the firm out of Connersville back to work on the cracks.
Well, don't we want to fix the cracks before we stripe it? I mean, you're the pilots.
I would think so.
That would make sense to me, but I
John was working with the firm out of Connersville.
Center of the runways, it's pretty wide, isn't
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
We sealed it once last year.
it? That's a good point. No sense painting before you seal it.
who did that last year? Who sealed it last year? Out of Connersville?
It was a Connersville firm.
I think we should.
Can the restriping wait a year?
I think we concentrate on the runway only first, but fill the cracks and then stripe it. I don't know what did it cost last year to fix the cracks? Anybody
We
remember?
spent about 13,000 last year.
That sounds right.
That was on everything though.
That was on everything.
Mhm.
I
And
think
he's supposed to come back.
I think we concentrate on the runway
Well,
only
and-
for this year and get the cracks filled on the runway and then try to stripe it, just the runway this year. I think would be best.
Unless the FAA is really yelling at us.
Well, so
I was going to interject. So I pulled up the bid, and as far as for the cost, it says that the lump sum was based on the completion date. Equipment in use after that date will be placed on daily rental. All traffic control materials being provided are in compliance. And then it says general exclusions from maintaining traffic lump sum include nightly or daily activation of closures, temporary pavement markings or pavement marking removal, flagging labor, and detour signing. So this is those are exclusions for maintaining the traffic lump sum. So I'm not sure if that means that if those actions occur, if there would be additional fees, but that's the only notes regarding the pricing that I see.
I have a proposed action for you all to consider. Let's award phase 1 to A&A Safety, subject to the following. 1, we confirm our financing. 2, we get the crack seals, we get the cracks sealed on the runway. And 3, the city attorney reviews basically the contract that they sent us.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Somebody want to put that in the form of a motion?
Sure, Corey, write down what you just said.
What were those 3 things again? Funding?
Funding,
Just phase,
sealing the cracks
yeah, just
on
phase
the
A.
runway,
Yeah,
runway 1028.
yeah,
And then Joel, I'll have Joel look at the
right.
terms and conditions.
And so funding will depend on how this fund flow goes for the year?
Yep,
Okay.
Based on the acquisition.
yep. So I'm recommending that we only move forward on phase 1 with A&A Safety at the amount of $40,755, subject to those 3 contingencies.
When do you think we'll know about the flow, cash flows?
Some of this is determined on the septic too, right? I mean, are we gonna get a bill on the septic?
That's a good.
I don't have all the paperwork. Is the last tax draw?
Yes, it's reflected in there.
Okay.
So, John's not here, they've been out there contacting.
Just once. I think he was hoping for an engineer to come back or somebody to come back and shoot some elevations or.
Well, they did, but the process
Okay.
was, different.
All right.
But, I think they're trying to move forward with it, but yeah,
Okay.
so that would be suppose, they would need to finish it here this fall for sure, the weather will dictate that, so. I'm assuming that would be done this fall, yes.
The other alternative is that we just reject all of these and focus on the crack sealing and look at doing the restripe next year.
How long is their quote good for? A&A's?
I'm gonna see if it says on here.
I bet it says probably 30 or 60 days.
Well, in 60 days, can we get some more information for the next meeting?
Yeah, I had this due though, this is probably due in the middle of June.
Or?
Firms turned in their bids in the middle of June.
Oh.
So I bet the clock started back then.
Okay. Will we know our funding for sure next month?
Well, unless the acquisition moves forward, it won't change. It's a pretty good picture, a pretty accurate picture of what we've got going on.
That's pretty tight.
It is.
My opinion is every year, every winter that a half-inch crack goes through the whole winter, it doesn't help matters at all,
So
so.
that crack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely, we've got to
Well, I
get,
think we all agree that the crack
Yes.
needs to be done no matter when the paint's done.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I would recommend that we would reject these and let's revisit this for next year.
What's the time frame on it?
This here says, under the pricing bids and contract section for A and A safety, the pricing says firm for 14 days from the letting date. Pricing is based on all items as a package proposal.
Oh, all items.
Um,
So we're
That
putting out-
was gonna be my next question.
Yeah, because see, that price won't be any good if they don't do the rest of it.
Yeah.
And it goes on to say, there's also a section for sales tax and bid bonds, which is not included in a quotation.
I would say I'll agree with you. I'd make a,
Well, that motion you were writing up earlier, never mind.
I make a motion, we reject where the bids are already passed, but move forward with crack sealing for this year.
So Keith made a motion to reject all bids on the restripe project. Is there a second?
Second.
Are there any other funding opportunities from the state or federal?
No.
Okay.
And if the feds, I mean, initially you're just gonna write a letter or something.
Oh, yeah, and then it'll take them forever to
Yeah,
see what you do, and then you say, well, we worked on it, then we already had this, and we had to reject it because we didn't have any money, and you can go back and forth
Our
for 2 years.
resources are
before
on
they finally
that
go, we
paper."
told you.
yeah.
That's our resource.
And they won't be as upset as some pilot landing out there when it's crappy visibility and said, you guys need to restripe your runway. Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah.
Got a motion from Keith and a second from Tom to reject all bids, and we'll focus on crack sealing runway 1028. Any further discussion?
So do we need to go ahead and get some bids for the crack filling in?
I'll work with John. He's already working with somebody
Yeah, that's it.
that's already done work.
Yeah, they gotta get done.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. Nikki, the floor is yours.
Thank you. All right, we'll start out with the grant administration. Still waiting for the closeouts for grants 25 and 26. I did send an email a couple weeks ago to FAA, and we'll be reaching out to the program manager again in the following week. So I'm going to go ahead and make the suggestion that even though the closeout hasn't been approved, for me to go ahead and submit the final payment request in Delphi, because that may trigger something on the FAA end for action. So that way we can go ahead and try to move those along. So if it's okay with the board, I'll do that simultaneously to reaching out via email.
Sounds good.
Okay. We did submit grant applications since our last board meeting, which was for the additional apportionment related to the land acquisition. So that was submitted. And I went ahead and just put a summary in here of all applications that were submitted for fiscal year 2025. And like I mentioned earlier, it's likely that for any agreements that would be received, that would be likely between July and September this year. Task order number 1, just to review, that's for the airport layout plan updated narrative report. I had sent some a new concept back a while ago that we've not yet discussed. I know that Corey was able to forward that one to the board. We can go into that in detail if you want me to pull up what that alternative was, or we can do that at another date. But I know with one of our previous meetings, we had talked about different alternative layouts for the general aviation hangar area and what that layout would look like. And so those items have been addressed. And like I said, I'm available for discussion on that. As far as the ALP or airport layout plan drawing set and working paper, that is, I put 98% complete. We'll be able to finalize once we have approval of the revised alternative, pending no further comments. And we're about 50% way through the financial plan as well, also waiting on the approval of the revised alternative. That's the only updates I have on that project. Then for general services, I have an invoice for general services, and that included just the general project management services that we've been doing and some of the ongoing conversations that we've been having with FAA and NDOT from a grant administration perspective. I've been making a few updates to your DBE goals. The program, I did not have to make any updates to that. We did that last year, so just working on finalizing your goal updates. And then I've already started working on updating the ACIP, which will be due in December of this year, but went ahead and started updating that based on the land acquisition conversations and things that we've been having. And then we had also finalized the airfield pavement marking plan. So all of that is reflected in the invoice. That's all I had for the general services update. And then for task order number 5, which is the taxiway Alpha 2 rehabilitation design and bid phase services. That was one of the grant applications that we had submitted and we previously discussed. And I had a conversation with NDOT and was informed that the FAA has programmed the taxiway Alpha 2 design, which is planned to move forward this year. And NDOT advised the construction phase would then be programmed in 2027. So that would make the timeline where in this, we would get the grant in, like I said, between July and September likely this year. And then we can go ahead and start on the design phase services, but we would hold off on the bidding until closer to that construction date. And then no updates on the land acquisition.
In the beginning,
Yes.
before you guys, we had a 5,000-foot runway designed. Do you guys need to start all over, or can you start from plans that we had before? Or to resubmit these now? I mean, to go forward with the expansion of the runway?
This one's just the taxiway.
Oh, this is just
Yep,
taxiway?
this is for taxiway Alpha 2.
Okay.
And this is the one, the Alpha 2 rehabilitation, that's the one where just basically redoing the surface where they would mill part of it and so forth. So it would just address the taxiway.
Okay. All right.
No other services.
Okay.
That's the only project updates, like I said, unless you want to go into more detail on the revised alternative.
I will accept a motion to approve the invoices. So she's put a chart in her report on page 3, those 2 invoices.
Mm-hmm.
And then also authorize me to sign a pay request.
Yes, and I saw in here just now that I had put for the ALP updated narrative report, it would actually be coming out of grant 27, not 26
Okay.
for this one. The previous pay request for the prior invoice section, that one would be 26. And that's the one that's included in, that would be the part of that closeout. But the new one should be grant 27.
So the motion is, Nikki, the motion should be for the task order number 2, general services, invoice total in the amount of $7,624.58.
Correct.
And then task order number 1, ALP update narrative report, $4,306.90, and the associated pay request.
Yes.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
I got a motion from Paul. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further questions or discussion?
And the invoices are also attached to your packet for reference, if interested in details.
All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Do like the building back up though, it's nice.
Is there any other business to come before the Board of Aviation?
I can tell you that John probably would have told you, but the county weights and measures inspector did an inspection of the gas pumps, fuel pumps at the airport last week. It had been, I think, a number of years since those had been done. One, the avgas pump was off less than a half a gallon. The jet pump was right on. They somehow managed to find some old instructions for those antique pumps and adjust them correctly. So now everybody's happy. And since we are in the process of making some acquisition there, at least we know we have accurate pumps.
Any other, thank you, Tom, any other business?